we're going to pick up where we left off with SnowRunner. For those unfamiliar with SnowRunner, it is not so lovingly or lovingly, depending on who you are, known as Truck is Stuck Simulator as well. And basically, if you think of games like American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator, where you've got all your, like, really nice roads, highways, and all that, and you pick up cargo and you move it from A to B under good conditioned roads and whatnot, forget all of that. In Truck is Stuck Simulator, SnowRunner, it's basically like all those roads are absolute crap, and overrun with mud and water and debris and all that stuff, and you still got to make the delivery. And I'm suddenly realizing I don't want this vehicle. What I want is, I want our Scout. Let's check to see if I've unlocked any more customizations. I probably haven't. I don't want, like, so for the Scout, I don't feel like I need the SnowRunner setup for it. I feel like it can handle what we've got right now on the map perfectly fine. Alright, so the places we're going to go in right now is I've got one place to scout down here. Is it gone? Nah, start tracking. Alright, so basically what I need to do is just going to go up here and check this spot, because the bird's like, you should go look at the spot. I'm going to deliberately go around this way, even though that looks like it's absolutely not a direction I should go, because we have not looked on this path, and there is the possibility here that I might reveal something new. This might not be crossable. If it's not, that's fine. But we're going to go check it out, finish a new objective, and get all that going. Oh yeah, this truck, we know there's like no gas mileage difference meaningful between 4x4 and two-wheel drive. But yeah, so much of SnowRunner is about doing deliveries on crap roads that are overrun with water and mud and dirt, and using, you know, winches to help finagle your vehicle around. But alright. I found, like, we got the Scout last time, and I found this is, for just traveling the map, my favorite vehicle so far. Because it really can just get through about anything. The only big negative I found with this particular vehicle is it does like to roll. But it can kind of go through almost all of the terrain without too much of an issue. You just got to be careful to not, you know, take steep cliffs at an angle or something like that, where you're just going to send it rolling over. Let's go up here onto the berm. Yeah, so a lot of the game is also identifying where you should go and shouldn't go. Like, there's lots of times you'll see a direct route to your destination, and it's just water and swamp, and you'll just get totally drowned and won't be able to get there, versus taking a more out-of-the-way route. Sure, you'll fight a little bit here and there, but it won't be nearly as bad. The shortcuts are not shortcuts kind of thing. I hope everyone's been having themselves a good day. I know I've been playing a lot of simulation games lately, which, to be fair, I do play a wide range of genres. I see that pit there. I do play a wide range of genres there, and I was going pretty hard on RimWorld for a while. Honestly, to a certain degree, more than I probably should have. But I was having fun. We did the Arco Nexus run, had a good time. Got that knocked out, got our roll credits and everything. And just not been able to decide on another run I want to do. Managed to fix your Wi-Fi. Nice. And again, you're not late. You are here exactly when you arrive. We don't have a schedule about when everyone's required to be here. That is going to change. I expect everyone to be here promptly at stream start. I will be taking attendance. Not really. Alright. So So let's go check this other road I should absolutely not take because it's very clearly overrun with water. Oh, I see. Road is being very generous here. I understand. Okay. Let's go out to the side here. Looks like it's slightly higher. Don't just sink, don't just sink, don't just sink. Oh, you dangerous. Okay. So it's like we shouldn't take this? I meant it. Pull it across, go faster, go faster, go faster, go faster. And there's really, the only thing to attach to was, I believe, a tree we're, I think, stuck on, actually. Well, that's not going to be particularly helpful. Alright. So the lesson is, where I was like, I don't think this path is going to be a good idea. It looks like it's water there. We can confirm, but the other thing I wanted to identify is that there was anything over there. It looks like there's not. So this is going to be a recover the vehicle point. I figured that was a good chance of what that was going to be. I even made a comment about it. But that's fine. So now you just go and bring this over here and take this the way they intended you to probably go. Which is to go around here. But we're exploring the map. Oh yeah, no, Butte, a lift kit. Well, I mean, actually, I'd be scared to put a lift kit on this thing. It's already very top heavy, that it rolls very easy. A lift kit would make that even worse. Would it help it get across the water there? Maybe. Sure, but I actually don't need to go through that water at all. It was one of those things that there was two routes to get to the same place. One that was very clearly not as safe as the other. We had done the safer route mostly. So I wanted to see what the unsafe route looked like. And the unsafe route was not safe. Your great uncle's truck had a snorkel truck. You used it once. It was wet. Big horns and a hat. All right. I need to be a little bit careful up here because it is relatively easy to roll this thing. Alright, no problem. We can just... dig ourselves out real fast. Got a little bit of deep mud here. Just a little hard to see because it is nighttime. Hey, Nicola, how's it going? No, we're not rolling. There we go. How's the game? The game's good. I enjoy it. We used the winch to quickly grapple a tree so we didn't roll over. SnowRunner, but you're only allowed to ride in reverse? I don't know if that'd be possible. I mean, honestly, you just play on the harder difficulty if you want to have, like, a proper hard experience. We're just playing on, like, the normal setting. My understanding, the hard difficulty, like, recovering your vehicle is very financially painful. The gas mileage is way worse, like, a whole bunch of stuff. But that's the same with a lot of the simulation games. You put in the hard difficulty, it's just kind of taking everything, going a little bit harder. Ah, that's the reason I'd already found this track. We already hit the watch tower up here. Alright, that's fine. We just gotta go up here to where there's that marquee to check out. Where's the road? Question mark. Supposedly I'm on it. There we go. Now I see it more. Okay. And we'll just make it up here real fast. Man, I mentioned a couple times, some of the games I'm debating is if I can come up with a new run I want to do in RimWorld. They're not sometimes it works better than Fords. I'd believe it. So supposedly there's a road back here. I'm gonna go as we're just supposed to go this way. Use that to correct our direction before we roll. Not that tree. Hit the brake. Keep hitting the wrong button, don't mind me. Still hitting the wrong button, don't mind me. So what I'm trying to do here is to keep from going down the side of this hill. Again, actually turning off the engine. And it's not going too amazing. Now keep turning off the engine. Again, again, again. I don't care that I'm literally crushing trees. Nope, nope, nope. I'm hoping you'll let me still winch to drag myself back up, but it does not look like it's gonna let me do that. They don't get the option. Yeah, so that's the whole challenge, is it looks like it's just a really steep thing. So unfortunately, it does look like, because we've tipped over, it's just your engine's stalled and you can't recover. Which I guess makes sense. It's a little bit of a bummer it works that way, but that's fine. Alright, so I need to try and get back up there again. So it is intended for you to take the scout to do this. It does kind of suck that I gotta go and... Gotcha, so it's an upgrade. I was gonna say, it does kind of suck that you have to redo the whole route the moment you get stuck. Because most of the other ones, like if you get stuck, you just can go and, you know, the load you're carrying is still there. I understand why it is, like the whole idea is you're trying to do some extreme terrain, just make it work. Part of me is like, can I just climb the mountainside? I don't think I can. It looks like there's like actual rock ridge up there. Just like shortcut your way across. Ooh, can I? Dare I? The problem is I don't know what happens when you get farther up there. Alright. We'll just take it the way it wants us to go. Yeah, no, the issue was I overshot where I was looking for, and then when I was trying to climb, once I started to slide off the side, is kind of, I was already in a bad place. Oh yeah, and there's lots of things inside cars that depend on gravity. Because for the most part, you can count on one thing. Down is going to be, like, below your car, at least some relative. It can even be a thing, like, just when you're low on gas, the angle of your car will determine whether or not you get gas out of your tank. You know, the fuel pump certainly helps and not whatnot. But, at the same token... That's what I need. I just need to get you out of the mud. But the same token, like, if where it's trying to pull the gas from, there's no gas in that spot because, you know, you're tipped so far, all the gas on the other side of the tank, it doesn't work as well. Alright. It's much easier to see what's going on when it's actually light outside. So you can see, like, the different colors of mud and all that versus just darkness and headlights. Oh yeah, no, you could absolutely get caught up on a tree. So Blue's saying, you know, with the physics of the game, you know, some rocks and trees could be worse. Yeah, one of the problems we've gotten pretty stuck was I had one of the larger trucks that I got a rock underneath the truck. And it, like, I did manage to finagle myself free of it, but it took quite a bit of work to, like, you know, effectively drag the truck sideways off of the rock. Yeah, so I can't go that way. It's solid wall with rocks. This way might work better. Might. I'm gonna go with no, because I don't have an anchor point to pull myself up over that. I was more looking that I could try and get it to a more direct approach where I'd have to go end over end roll versus side over side. Yeah, there's no... There's no little side paths there that I'm noticing. It does look like where I tried to climb last time is where I'm going to have to try and climb. What needs to happen, though, is I need to adjust my path as best I can. To be more like straight up the hill. It's not going the way I really want it to. Don't break, tree. Me and you can be friends, okay? But no, 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 no. There's something I can anchor to twist myself back. I might be able to fix this by anchoring the right side and just pulling the bottom right. Why can't I anchor to anything over here? All right, we made corrections. Okay. Do we still have the Chevy? We do. The spot's beautiful, isn't it? Yep, I especially love all the trees I uprooted and destroyed. That is the best part. And even though I have no reason to do it, I just want to see what happens. We're going to try and go fast and see if we can't control this at all. Because we're going to step back to recover anyways, and there's no consequence. And stalled, and stalled. Engine damage. And running again. And stalled, and stalled. And stalled. And stalled. Ah, almost back onto the wheels. It's fine. That's fine. We completed what we wanted, which is the reason I was just recklessly doing that. That was a mission suggestions, not ruin it by getting there. Yep. Hey, Mossbeck, how's it going? So we got that one. Next up, it wants us to go up here and run through and do these barrels. So we'll do that. Is there anywhere I want to explore on the way up? No, I've mostly explored this end of the map, so we'll just cut across here. It looks like we'll go this way. And we'll see what we can figure out from there. So I got a bit of a trek that I gotta make for this. Because I'm kind of just letting it go with like whatever mission it assigns. Like, yeah, we'll just roll through it. We've already repaired most of the routes around the map. We have pulled most of the vehicles out from the muck that they got trapped in. So this is kind of knocking down the thing. That's fine. We're gonna make mistakes and learn. That's the whole thing. So far, I haven't been motivated to buy any upgrades. Like, they would have made my life easier, but I haven't felt any were necessary. So I'm trying to hold off spending the money until it's like, okay, this is actually getting really, like, you know, I am starting to feel where I'm just ill-equipped and go from there. Because I also have no idea, like, how much money we're going to run into. This is normal, right? Yeah, this is the default. This is my very first run of the game. Like, I briefly touched the game one time before this run. But we're already well past where I'd gotten. The time before it, I was basically just gunning for the missions and didn't take the time to do exploration and all that. Because I didn't think I was going to, like, play it consistently on the channel or anything like that. So it was kind of like, I would like to get a little bit of an idea about the game kind of thing. Versus now that I'm just actually playing it to progress and everything, taking the time to stop and do things. I shouldn't need the gas. We just did start. But I'm literally right here, so do that. Yeah, because I want to say the harder difficulty, like if you recover your vehicle, it's very expensive. I think even fixing your vehicle has a cost to it. Which is fair and reasonable, but it is a thing that you can get yourself properly stuck in that one where, you know, you don't have any money to do anything, and you know, have needs for more stuff. But that's why it's the hard difficulty as opposed to the easy difficulty, or normal, or whatever they call the other one. Alright. We're just trying to get up to where these barrels are at, and that's going to be more treacherous terrain. Now, one of the downsides I have to worry about is once we get up into this treacherous terrain, unless it's nearby the road where I could hook it from another vehicle, if I roll over the Jeep, it means I have to redo this whole drive up there. So I can imagine this would be one of those things that you could very easily find it trying your patience pretty badly. Like, it's one thing if you're just, like, making slow progress, that's fine. He says, then there's also things just make transfer vehicle one map from bar. Doesn't have a different region, a few Benjamins. Yeah. Well, that's the whole idea, is they add like a whole economy you gotta worry about into it. Of, you know, maintenance cost, gas cost, repair cost, you know, effectively having your vehicles retrieved for your cost, like all those things. Which is kind of a concern since the game, as far as I'm aware, there's no endlessly repeatable way to make money. I could be wrong, like there could be daily missions you can get or whatever to give yourself a source of thing. Do you want to know? If there are repeatable missions, you mean? Yeah, that's fine. I don't even know what there are, just that there is. There are repeatable ones? Gotcha. Yeah, because I figured there'd have to be something like that. You could literally, like, you'd play in a hard setting, and you'd inevitably, eventually have to stop. Most constants are normal or repeatable? Yeah, well, I'm referring to on the hard difficulty. like, right now we're on normal, but on the hard difficulty, if there is a means of... If you're basically dealing with a finite amount of money you can ever get. Alright. Yep, no, and I've known people who, like, fully finish the hard mode and everything. But yeah, if there wasn't any repeatable stuff, then there is a, then you would effectively have a finite amount of money in the game that if you were failing a mission enough, you could get yourself into an unrecoverable state. But if you have the ability to repeat certain missions, then it's just a matter of making sure you always keep a decent amount of money set aside so you can do those repeatable missions. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. The road goes around this way. And it looks like when I say there's a path up in the mountain, path is being generous. I suspect we're basically going to be off-roading across the rocks and some dirt spots and everything with not a whole lot of grapple points to try and hit these barrels. Alright. I assume for our context, kick a barrel is to knock it over. They're saying that when you fail a contest, it permanently becomes unavailable? Gotcha. Okay, where's... Ho, ho, ho. Alright, okay, so we definitely don't come out from this side. Alright, so I see. Oh, it looks like there's a really rough route you can go from that side. I understand. I meant to start this from the other side. Take your time with this. We were starting to go over. How's the Jeep doing in the mud compared to the truck? Oh, the Jeep was way better for the mud. I mean, it comes with the differential lock. It comes with four-wheel drive built in. I'm not sure if it's lighter or not, but it seemed to just fly right through the mud by comparison. This is a Bronco commercial? It feels like it. I'm more thinking, so you've got this area that's been struck by a natural disaster. We're in an area that's just come out of being just absolutely walloped by a flood. And you're just trying to get, the basics of, your infrastructure back online. Who is the jerk who is going, all right, hear me out. Let's have you go on this ridiculously dangerous obstacle course? Can you give me a tip? Probably not. About the garage. I guess with the garage itself, like, are we talking about... If it's something like unclear UI, that kind of things, sure. If it's like... That's always the challenge when someone asks me if they can give me a tip. I don't have the context of what it is. I get that's garage, but I don't know. It's like, oh, pro tip, you can just like make infinite money by doing this, which obviously I wouldn't do. I'm not saying that's what you're suggesting. Oh no. No. Not the rocks. There's no winch anything nearby. Alright, we're scooting to the right. Yeah, so this is scooting us to the right, so I'm hoping we'll get just enough over there, because it's that big rock there that I'm beached on. We just scooch a little bit to the right. We can potentially unbeach ourselves. Or to the left.
Thank you Zoroaster for subscribing for 1 month.
Thank you, Zoroaster, for the Prime Gaming sub. You only get one of those a month to use anywhere here on Twitch, and you chose to use it here, so that means a whole heck of a lot. So I really do appreciate that. So thank you so much for that Prime Gaming sub. Alright, so I think we're off that rock, but now we're caught in this other rock behind us. And this is because I turned way too early. Come on, I just need to get over it. The truck store is not a USD or microtransaction thing. No, I know that. Sorry. You can go to get trucks that are things not typically available to find the map with a fair chunk of change. Yeah, no, I gotcha. But I've already been saying I haven't been spending money unless, like, in-game money. I haven't been spending money unless I feel like I absolutely need to. Like I've kind of hit a spot where I need the extra something. Like, you're nudging it. There we go, we're free. Don't get immediately caught back on there, please. Alright. I knew we weren't stuck. I was like, there's some loose rocks that are all wiggling a little bit when I'm doing stuff. Yeah, I know, if it came down to you need to pay actual money, we would be stopped playing the game immediately on the spot if it came down to microtransaction kind of thing. Oh, that is not as much. Okay. I mean, we're here now. Go for it, I guess. Yeah. Absolutely nothing went wrong. It's fine. Alright, we're gonna go over, so let's embrace that fact and try and course correct. If I can get that back to slam up there, I might be able to straighten it out to point straight up the hill. I keep expecting that rock to have a bit more texture to it so I don't slide as much. So I could use its friction to straighten out the back bumper, but it just does not appear to be the case. So let's try to adjust and pivot here. Alright, I think this is one. They give us a little runway here. I think I get the idea. This is going to be a little dangerous about potentially just rolling over. I think this is when you just try and gun it. That didn't really gun it very much, did it? Let me winch on the barrels. So close. There's just a spot of mud in the middle here. If I can get it to slide to the side a little bit, it looks like you got a better spot there. But if I try and turn towards that spot, the vehicle is going to turn sideways on me again. So I need to just like shift over. Just shimmy over. Just come on. That's too far. Come on, correct, please. There's just a one patch of mud right there. There we go, we're good. This is really messing with my ability to understand where we're at. Hey, I hit those. Give me credit. There we go. So I'm trying to slowly turn ourselves so we don't roll when I get around this corner. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, why can't I just climb up the hill and just be like, ugh? But yeah, now back to the whole thing where it's like, it's obviously video game reasons. But, like, real-life reasons, you're in a disaster area, there's the people who have arrived to help with the recovery from the disaster, and here you are, being like, hey, man, can you just go ahead real fast and just take that limited rare equipment that you don't really have available, and just drive it up there on that big ol' tenuous ledge real fast, just to impress me and the boys? It would really make me feel real good about that. Yeah, no, I read them, Strider. I understand there's vehicles you could buy and all that. Why don't I play with mods? Because this is my first time playing through the game in general, so why would I change it from the default experience? Until I know whether or not I even like the default experience to begin with. Generally speaking, I don't tend to mod my games very much. And I do know I owe Lego. I'm trying to just deal with this real fast. It's also weird that I had people ask me, do I play with mods, or why don't I play with mods, on multiple platforms at the exact same moment. That was a bit unexpected. When I do mod my games, most of the time it's stuff like UI, quality of life mods more than anything else. Yeah, no, it's fine. But I want the game to be hard. If the game wasn't hard, I'd be bored with it and I'd stop playing. I go out of my way in most of my games to add extra barriers to entry to make it even harder on myself. I think you just gotta go over here. Yeah, no, the game literally actually talks you through transferring your vehicles into different places. And I pretty much assumed there's gonna be different stuff available where I went. Okay, so there's a gap that way, so it's not that way. Yeah, no, like when I play Project Zomboid, for example, I give myself no stats at all. Like, literally no stats. And just live with it. I do have a mod where I don't get to choose what I've got going on. Farming Simulator, I've been doing runs where I start with $0 and a chainsaw and just make it work. I very much go out of my way to make games, you know, as difficult as I can normally. Like, we're not playing on the super hard difficulty right now. But that's because I'm brand new to the game, so, you know, figure it out from here. See what's next. Okay. So now the real question is turning back around, because when I ran into those, it adjusted my angle on the truck. We are going over this ledge. Land on your wheels. You did not land on your wheels. You did not really do anything. Well. Yeah, that's when I bumped the barrels. It slid me to the side, and once I was to the side, it's like, alright, well, I can't go back the way I came. Alright, so unfortunately, that does mean I gotta drive the whole way back up there. What is the flag? Oh, it's just telling me that's there. Alright, but before we do that, I do owe a Lego, so let's go ahead and switch over to Lego Cam, and I'll get that Lego put on, and we'll get to the next piece. So, there's going to be a lot of little Lego stuff going on in the immediate future. Oh, let's also turn around and get rid of night forever. Stop. Get this off my thing so I can see. But it doesn't say different regions at different things. Yeah, no, but I said I can pretty safely assume that. But yeah. That's the things that, like, that's the kind of stuff I'm going to expect to discover. Like, I don't, to be clear, when it comes to backseating, it's like, don't, like, telling me I can get different upgrades in different regions, that's pretty straightforward, but, you know, still, like, I don't need to be told that. You know, obviously I already know I can get upgrades on the map, but people telling me that. The game's pretty good about just, you know, handing that information to you because it's important enough. Things I don't have context for is how much you do need to, like, buy stuff versus just riding on the upgrades you find, kind of things. Like, the game doesn't communicate effectively the value of your money in the game, but that's fine. That's stuff I want to discover. Like, very genuinely, I don't really want or need any kind of hints to the game. Like, if I ask, I'll ask. Like, that's just it. You only get to discover and learn and explore a game one time. Once you kind of know the game, you know the game. You can't go back to before the days you knew the game. That's kind of one of the reasons why each time it says, can I give you a tip? My answer is usually no. Because I don't have the context to it. And all that. Because I'm not looking for tips. It's one thing when I played a game a whole bunch, I'm a lot... Yeah, but I don't even want or need that, Strider. Sorry. I need to adjust Dragos. That is one catch with people who change their names too much. I get in the habit of calling them one thing, and it takes me a while to adjust when their names keep changing. Hey, Atlantic. Sorry, I missed you. I missed you popping in here earlier. My apologies. I was distracted trying to deal with Mountain. But on your 10 stream streak, so thank you so much for being here for all that. But yeah, no, it's the same thing that kind of happened with Subnautica. Is, you know, people are excited and passionate about the game, and I love that for them. But at the same time, they're like, oh, I can't wait till they find, spoiler, and man, the dragon in this area, spoiler. Hey, did you know the mechanic, spoiler? And it was like really, like all of the things in themselves were not really big deal. It wasn't like, did you know that this character dies at the end? Or like anything that you normally think of as spoiler. But those are things you get to learn with the game, that you get to find this egg and do stuff with and go, oh man, that was so cool. But when someone just kind of hands you that information, it's like, oh, that's no fun. About to cook some steaks with scalloped potatoes. Nice. Sounds delicious. I'm making chili, which is funny. We had in the Discord, we had a post where someone's like, you know, chili, you know, it's like having chili tonight, it's delicious or whatever. I'm like, I'm making chili right now. Like, I had already started cooking it. But yeah. And there's games I don't care as much about the spoiler. Like, once I played a game enough that's like, okay, you know, I've finished a playthrough of the game, like, whatever, or we're far enough into the game that, you know, the mechanics have kind of already been sussed out, discovered, then I really don't care about the spoiler stuff nearly as much. But especially with games that exploration and discovery is a key component, you know, Subnautica, Raft, those kind of games. Like those games, like those I'm just passionate about the game, let me give you a tip, spoilers, are particularly not great. Like games like Project Zomboid, spoilers aren't nearly as bad. Because sure, like there's a couple locations I wouldn't want spoiled to me on the map. Play Project Zomboid. Is this the area off? Oh yeah, we have... Why did I choose to go that way? Going over here, let's just go over here. Gotcha. I don't need everyone DMing me pictures. There is a channel on the Discord. I go in there, I do check, and I do reply and all that. I don't need people's dinner slipping into my DMs. Like that's the reason we have stuff like art channels and, you know, the Noms channel and the Discord and all that. Your love interest betrays you in Alaska. Yeah, like stuff like that. Well, no, and I get that. Like, there's no love interest. You have no, like... So when I say there's no story, we're not, like, a protagonist who's going through and all that. There is story in the sense that, yes, this place struck a disaster. There's a background of why the things are the way they are. But there isn't the story in, you know, oh no, Kevin's been kidnapped. You need to go and work your way through Michigan to get all the way over to Alaska by routes of this incredibly ruined countryside and everything from these natural disasters to go figure out what happened to your son, Kevin. You'll never guess who the bad guy really is. It's corporate America. The entire thing has a personal vendetta against you, individually, person who's driving a truck through the wilderness. Because we're just going to go with that or something there. Yeah, a day in the life of Joe SnowRunner. The SnowRunner life didn't choose you. Or you didn't choose the SnowRunner life, it chose you. Now with NFTs. And SnowRunner coins. All assets made with AI. Yeah, let's just get all the buzzwords in there of all the awful things. What do I teach? So, when it came to in-classroom teaching type thing, it was college level. It was computer repair, advanced computer repair, A+ certification. CompTIA, A+ certification. After that, it was software development. that I had a whole range of things I taught in software development. But that wasn't in classroom. That was, I would author courses that were, you know, then different companies would subscribe to them, as well as individuals and whatnot to take my courses. So, like, the first ones I was grading, but the other ones, you know, like, it wasn't a grading type situation. I gave you the course, you learned it, or you didn't. Check out the story where you play as Joe SnowRunner and you never see your character until the very end of the game, and then you realize it's Joe, female protagonist. Watch all the people who get like really sweaty about the simulation stuff get upset. Because I really feel a great deal for a lot of the people who play simulation. They get, for as bad as I've been dealing with backseating, they get it way worse than I do. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. The driver's seat view has all the dismembered arms. A farming simulator? What? It's a little soupy up here. Like, don't get me wrong, we've got, like, the tips kind of backseating, but when I, you know, Ultrasource is a friend of the channel and all that, when she plays sim games, it's her main thing, and I see half the stuff she goes through, I was like, man, I would be banning everyone. She has way more patience than I will ever have. I just see half of him like, man, I would have banned those 5 people, like, right then and there. So nothing but positive to say about there. Oh, wait, it's right there. I'm just blasted by, like, I'm just doing my thing, and they're, oh, you're on a little island. I hate that. Let's do it. So I can't tell if there's a ledge there or not. So I think if I go from the riverside, the vehicle just drowns. I do really wish they gave me the choice with this to be able to at least walk around to look. I'm fine with me having to take the vehicle down there. But like right now, I'm trying to fight the camera to even see what the heck is going on down there. Like, you see there's what looks like a sandbar from that rock. Yeah, no, put on your parking brake, Explorer, and it's fine, like, game mechanics-wise, it's intended to be this way. Yeah, so it seems like from the left is a death trap. That looks like it's deep water. It looks like there might be a sandbar of some kind and some logs along it over here. It looks like another deep spot if we were to go straight down the hill for it. So I think the idea is I'm supposed to go over by this rock. Don't you dare roll. Shh. It's fine. It's fine. Oh yeah, if you go off this little sandbar, you're going right in the drink. It's a one and done here. Bonk. Cool. And with that, we will recover. Alright, so what is our next objective we're going to do? We can... Alright, so there's still the rock slide way up here. We'll definitely want to do that before trying to go to the other map and all that. That's beams and parts. I don't actually... I want to see what I can get here. I can get the beams, but not the parts there. So realistically, I think that's where you get your parts from. There's probably other places I could find in the map. Oh, what do you give me? You can also give me parts. But then I had to cross that, and that was adventurous. So I think realistically the idea is we grab the parts here, we go along here, go up here, grab the beams on the drive-by, and deal with this. And that's the rock slide that needed those things. Please list what you need. Please list what you need. Just tell me. Rock slide. Yes, the rock slide. So beams apart. So the beams are right here, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. So then with this, we're going to want to get to the warehouse. Which trailer do I have here? Oh, that's a trailer store. I do have the 2 trailer up here, and I have another 2 trailers somewhere left in the map. That's the fuel carrier. That's way out of the way. Alright, so I have to go up and recover that trailer I left back there. Get over here. We're going to go ahead and cut right across here. Grab the trailer. We're going to drop back down here. Grab the steel beams. Get back across there. By this point, I will need the gas, but that's fine. Are you 2? No, you're the big flatbed. Alright, so I've got all that. So the big question here is I've got that route. What type of trailer are you? Oh, you are the 2 trailer flatbed, so we can go ahead and knock out that point. That's fine. Alright, so regardless, we've got a plan there. Let's grab you. Check to see if we have any more upgrades that we got automatically. All right. It's been a while since we've done some proper hauling. Let's go do that. I did notice along the way, when we finish up with this mission, there was a drowned vehicle. There's a good chance we could recover that while we're there. I was like, the middle doesn't look like it'd be that bad. Let's go to the middle part. And immediately just buried it. Because it didn't get to the middle, like hit the... It's honestly the gap here. It's not even the mud by itself. Ah, excellent. Let's just go ahead and just mulligan that real fast. Yeah, that other one? Didn't happen. You saw nothing, chat. This game looks so fun. Yeah, the thing I will say is it is a fun game. You do have to have a certain amount of patience with what can be potentially frustrating, though. And what I mean by that is you're going to go and you're going to take routes that don't make sense. You're going to get your truck stuck, and you're going to lose progress. Have to go back and, like, try again. That's fine. You just need to be ready for that. It's not a puzzle game, but there is a certain figuring things out that does occur. Yeah, absolutely first try. I don't know, like, look, we're just flying up this hill at this point. You ever take the thing for some sweet jumps? I haven't particularly seen great places to do any type of, like, real airborne stuff. Most of the vehicles don't seem to really get that much speed to doing, like, proper aerial anything. Not that I don't think you could. I just don't think the game gives you many opportunities for that type of shenanigans. Let's run back here and grab this trailer that I forgot was back here. I remember which way we want to go. To the right. Because those, like, go all the way up to the other spot to get the trailer. It's like, oh, we got one back here. They don't have to go through as much of a headache. Because I keep leaving trailers on the map because I have no idea where I'm going to need them next. Yeah, there aren't any fast vehicles set mods. That's pretty much what I figured. It's just not that kind of game. It's just not the point of the game, as it were. And let's fix, because I still had this mark to go up to this trailer, so we don't need that point or that point. Alright. And I know I don't need four-wheel drive, but we're about to go by the gas station anyways, so who cares? We'll just fishtail that trailer a whole lot, that's fine. Just asserting our dominance on the road, making sure everyone knows that this is my road and pass at your own peril. All right. Yeah, so you gotta grab the steel beams from this side of the map. I mean, there's probably a place somewhere on the other side of the map I could grab the steel beams and not have to go here. But I don't know where it is, and by the time I find it, I can just grab the steel beams and go over there. Then grab the steel beams from over here, bring them over to where the rock slide is, and then we can get parts like right next to the rock slide to handle the other part of it. That's fine, we'll take the same route both ways. Just double checking my route, see if there's someplace else I would have dropped back closer to here, but that's fine. And since I have to pass the gas station in each direction, I'm not too worried about running out of gas. So I'm just keeping in 4x4. Alright, what I'll probably do is we'll keep going with the trucks we find here, unless I find a truck that just feels way better than this one. Let's keep going with what we got with the Freestar. And if down the road we find something better, then we can just use that for a while. Don't be behind me. Okay. Because I know that route behind me is another way we could go to the factory. Remember, this spot sucks right here at the beginning. You'll try and ride the wall as best we can as opposed to going through the deep mud. The trailer will probably get stuck in the deep mud a little bit. That's fine. I keep hitting the wrong button and turning off the engine. Don't worry about me. What? Why don't I get an anchor point? What's going on here? There we go. Okay, and that's still, I'm not super worried. Even if I don't have the other stuff, I could just detach the trailer, drive ahead, reattach the trailer using the winch, and then just pulling the trailer to me. I'm not super worried. In fact, just do that. Be easier than fighting it the way across this river. Alright. Get you up here. Let you go and then move across the creek. Get the hill between us again. I can only imagine when we get stronger winches later what we'll be able to do. Even if it's only like a little bit stronger. It's going to open up a lot of possibilities. Alright, we're reattached and let's go. Okay. I don't remember this route being this soupy. It's fine. It's going to be way tougher the other way because I'll have the steel on here. That's okay. Actually, I probably have a long way around I can go that I don't even have to drive through this at all. That's probably opened now from all of our rest of our work. We'll have to double check the map. I don't remember. Oh, no, I think it's the north route out of the factory. I think you just straight up go underwater. That's right. That's the reason why the main road isn't available to the factory. That's fine. We're already almost there. Okay. Says, yeah, I'm playing a bit. You like how the roads get worse as you travel over them, but magically get fixed when you reload the game? Oh yeah, it's just like they get really soupy because you keep digging them up more and more. And then when you reload the game, it's just you know, it forgets that you did that. It makes sense. I can only imagine what it'd take for them to save the state you left the road in beyond just, like, generalizing it of, you know, this is in a okay state versus totally jacked state. You know how bad it'd be to drive on? That's kind of one of the things to me. I'd almost be like, is there a place we can buy gravel? Because I would be down just chucking a bunch of gravel down here. Yeah, the mud's going to be deep. It's just going to get chewed up into there. But if you put enough gravel into that deep mud, eventually you're just driving on gravel. You'll get there someday. Non-Newtonian mud. The mud plays by its own rules. A very clever title, I must say. So what did I put for the title again? The mud may be deeper than it appears. Yeah. Alright. So I need... that. And for those who don't know, the OG Mana, another content creator on the platform, also plays a lot of simulation games, including SnowRunner and Farm Sim, among others. So if you're looking for that kind of content, you can find it over there. So I'll play a wider range and all that stuff. Have I dabbled with the Lodestar? I have not. Is that a vehicle in the game, or is that another game? Side note, unrelated to everything, I am really looking forward to the Space Trucker game. I am very curious how that is going to work. It looks neat. It looks kind of like the idea of more American space, like, not American Space Trucker, like American Trucker versus this. But it should be interesting. And Expeditions I'm also looking forward to, which is more like this, but, you know, less moving loads and more moving, like, science equipment into, you know, very hostile areas or areas poorly suited for vehicle travel. So, you know, going into, you know, tropical rainforests or up in mountains or places like that. So like we were doing with the Jeep earlier, stuff like in that realm of gameplay. But sometimes you would have equipment you move. Pacific Drive? I have not played Pacific Drive. That one looks interesting. So it's like My Summer Car meets weird sci-fi stuff going on meets a game like this. Like it does a pretty good genre blend. I haven't played it yet. I've seen it. I don't remember if the demo was just available or what the deal was with that. Let's actually grab you and have you pull forward. Or you can just snap the tiny little tree right over. I thought it was on the bigger tree, but I guess not. Screw that tree in particular. Alright, we'll do this instead. That's fine. Eventually you'll find the big trees. There we go. Yeah, no, it's a demo or something like that for the version that people have been playing. I don't know if they consider it a demo or a prologue or whatever marketing jargon they're doing, but it's along that line. Hey, Chunky Funky, how was your stream? And what were we playing and all that today? I do hope you had a good stream. But yeah, so what was on the menu over there today? I do wish it was easier to get this to do what I want. I understand why it doesn't. They don't know what I want to try, but you get the idea. But what were we playing? How was the stream? For those popping over, you know, what was your favorite part of today's stream over there? You're playing Against the Storm. It's a fun game. Definitely one if you're into like city builder, settlement builder, those kind of games. Against the Storm is a fantastic game. I highly recommend. It is a roguelite settlement builder. So where earlier I mentioned one of the problems you run into with a lot of city builder, settlement builder, tycoon style games, you hit that point where everything kind of slows down and you wait for the next thing to happen, or you've kind of unlocked everything and you go through the cycle. Against the Storm doesn't have that problem. You go through, they plop you down a tile, you expand, and right around the point you'd hit what would be for a lot of city builder, settlement builder games, like a mid-ish game area, it's time to like do your reset. It's also effectively on a time limit, and it's not a hard time limit like you have 30 turns or 30 minutes or whatever to finish your objectives. There is the queen has patience, and so there's stuff you could do to prolong the queen's patience or things that can make it run out faster. And if the queen runs out of patience, that's your game over condition. I actually turn my engine off. I do that probably 3 times a trip. But even then, it also has kind of a cool mechanic to it that between your settlements, there is a meta progression, and it's not just you build your settlement and then you're starting from scratch plus your bonuses. What actually happens is you have your first settlement, which will set up to where you can expand next, and then there's kind of like, once you've gone far enough in enough settlements, there's effectively a reset where you keep your meta progression, but you start that chain of settlements over. So it's really well done for being a roguelite style of game. It's definitely one I'd recommend. It's one I need to go back to play. I played a good couple streams of it right when it first dropped, and then I haven't gone back to it, despite the fact that they've had some pretty big updates since then. Can you reach? Alright. Bayman crashed the SnowRunner? I kept crashing into everything. Not really. The only time we had like an actual proper bad crash so far is vehicular crash in our run so far, today. Is we were doing a thing where it's like having to pull a Jeep up a mountain kind of thing. And when I did that, we got down to like, I think we had finished, no, it was the objective before last or whatever, we went slamming down the side of the mountain, kind of deliberately, as well as ones you realize you weren't in a good position to do anything. You're like, yeah, let's just see what happens. Oh no, it wasn't with the barrels. It was, we had the over the top of the mountain like tour kind of thing. We when we finished that, even though we had no reason to, we could have just recovered. We just drove down the side of the mountain and let things play out as they did, and rolled like 10 times down the side of the mountain. Let's see. It's got its 1.1 update this week. It's on Game Pass too. Totally not sponsored, unless that's one of the classic memes. It's not original by me by any stretch. Is the not sponsored, but would absolutely be down being sponsored. All right, if I get you connected there. I just need to get us over this hill, and then we're going to be doing the thing up ahead here, where I drop the trailer, get across the really bad spot. There you go. There was enough weight in the steel beam. It was lifting my front tires off the ground. Against the storm, yeah. I mean, that's one I could definitely go back to checking out again. I need to, because it was a lot of fun. There's the idea you have like just this little area revealed to map, and you can cut through trees to reveal new areas. But each new area, they'll kind of have something you want and something you don't. They'll have both. So that's kind of the RNG of going, oh, well, I just opened an awful thing. Well, I guess it's time for us to change all of our plans to deal with this awful thing I have unleashed on myself. Alright, so we're going to detach the trailer, because it'll just be way easier to deal with it this way. I'm going to cut across here, get about as far as I think I can get away from that trailer. And I'm not worried about my truck moving forward. If it does, that's bonus. As long as that trailer's coming to me. If we start backtracking, then I gotta reposition. Yeah, trying to drive with that across here is gonna be absolutely awful. There we go, it is moving. Just getting caught up on some rocks, it looks like. Let's move forward again so the hill will work with us versus against us. Because of that angle, it's trying to pull my truck, at least it was, we're already over it. It's trying to pull my truck down into the hill as opposed to, you know, being on a level playing field. Which game is the Space Trucker? I believe there's a game called Space Trucker. It's not out yet. It's something like that. But it's supposed to be a... serious might not be the word I'm going for. A more in line with, you know, sci-fi trucking of what you would expect. So instead of, you know, like Star Wars where you're zipping around and everyone's always shooting at everyone at all times, or, you know, you truck and every 2 seconds there's another pirate raid coming after you kind of thing. I don't know if it will have, like, pirates or whatever into it. I've been deliberately not watching a bunch of the trailers. I got the idea of the game. I'm like, good, I want to play it. And that was good enough information for me. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that. Like, again, I haven't played or anything, so it could be rubbish, but it does look good. I'm looking forward to Enshrouded later this month, which is another one of those, like, survival builder exploration kind of games. I'm looking forward to Little Guardsman, which is a bit hard to explain. It's like Papers, Please, if it was in a fantasy world, like, you know, ogres and goblins and all that, and also absolutely hilarious in every possible way, like straight up over the top comedy. Might be Star Trucker then. It's definitely not a VR title, or at least not VR main or whatever. I'll have to look it up. I got it wishlisted and everything. Because also, to be fair, that's the way, when you're playing games like Star Sector and the X series and all that, there are absolutely, you know, games that look like that. Yeah, no, I've requested a key to News Cycle. I haven't managed to get a hold of one yet, which is also a bummer because I was supposed to get a key for News Cycle way back when they're doing a Next Fest thing. Unfortunately, the agency I was working through had, we will say, organizational problems, and so that kind of fell through the cracks. And it may not even be their fault with the News Cycle thing not happening. I think News Cycle may have gotten delayed, you know, which I'm not actually working with that agency anymore, as they no longer exist. So that was a big bummer for the New Year's change. To be fair, they had lots of problems. One does not commit tax evasion against the United Kingdom's taxman. Makes the IRS look like a bunch of sissies. UK tax man. They play for keeps. But nevertheless, that's a thing that I been asking around other content creators I, you know, kind of know are knowledgeable about that kind of stuff, or, you know, I've got a couple creators who actually work, you know, with contracting with a bunch of the agencies and all that, as game devs themselves and whatnot. Been trying to find a new agency to swap in. Yeah, let's just power slide. We get the little sparkles and then we go faster, right? That's how that works? That's the right game? Apparently the CRA, Canada, is internationally known as good at collecting. I don't know. I'm almost done with my taxes here right now, in that case. Oh yeah, there's a few groups who are like, we get our taxes. Well, what about all these clever things? Nope, we get our taxes. They don't underfund their people responsible for enforcing that. Which, no, not making any type of political commentary on whether that's good, bad, or otherwise. It's just, you don't mess with them. If you owe them money, you pay it. Because they will wreck you. Alright, so we need to drop off the steel bars, which we should have a pretty straight route from us directly to the rock slide. Like just a couple little patches of dirt. Shouldn't be any deep mud. And then once we get this dropped off of the rock slide, we just go right back into the same town right here. Oh no, wait, there is a detour. There's a detour right here. But once we get past once we drop this off at the rock slide, I just need service parts, and I can get those right here in this town, practically next to the rock slide. Yeah, considering I'm not needing to use diff lock for anything, I'm barely having to use the winch. Like, sure, with the winch I could get this going a bit faster, but we are just kind of going, how are we crossing this? The gas pedal. What else? No, that's it. We're just slamming the gas pedal. We're putting to the metal to the other metal, and just, it's working out. Is there a more elegant solution? Probably. Are we gonna take it? Probably not. This solution's working, so why get creative? Marka. I feel like it's not even Murka. I feel like that's kind of a normal strategy for a lot of places. Hey, what I'm doing is working. Do you want to change it? Not really. Oh. There, we fixed that. He was trying to be like, hey, you're missing things. Like, I'm not, though. Yeah, it's a Canadian equivalent of giver. Yeah. You know, pedal to the metal. I'm sure every culture has their equivalent to that phrase. You know, pedal to the metal. You know, giver, I'm understanding, is the Canadian equivalent. Send it is another equivalent for the same thing. I don't need that yet. What is that? That must be a contract we haven't seen yet. Oh, is this literally for the rock slide, like right here? Oh, no, that's where I accept it. Okay. Because there is a certain thing for saying about overthinking a problem. Like, very, very genuinely, there is absolutely a thing of overthinking a problem. Let's accept this quest real fast. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good to stop back and assess and be like, does this make sense? But there are times where it's like, okay, I could take this simple, inelegant solution that is just, you know, ham-fisting my way through a problem, and, you know, it'll solve it, and you have a very quantifiable cost and effort required to solve it. And again, it may not be elegant, it may not be efficient, it may not be any of these things. But at the same token, it's fine. I'm gonna be in this weird spot where I'm like kind of caught between. That's fine, we can deal with this. We'll just use our detached trailer trick. I went too far. All right. But yeah, because there's times figuring out a better solution, by the time you've got it sorted out, you can just have the problem solved. So usually a lot of times that's when it's like a one-off problem. That's like, I can solve this once, and I can take the time to come up with a better solution and all that, or I can just do it and I already know how long it's going to take. Because a lot of times finding the better solution, there is a time, you know, you're going to have a certain amount of time that you put into figuring that out that may or may not give you the results you're aiming for. Now, if it's something you're going to repeat 1,000 times, then yeah, take the time to figure out how to do it, like, to do it the best you can. Like, it'll pay off in the long run if you do that. But like this, where I'm dragging this thing across this hill one time, is like, yeah, I'd find a better way, but I'm going to do this once, and then the assumption would be it'd fix the roads. What are you? Drainage. It's time to drain the swamps. We installed some simple pumps here in the 70s. They might be old and rusty, but they should still be functional. See if you can find them. Is that going to actually lower the water level? Alright. So let's go here real fast. Okay, and metal bars. There we go. So our next stop is just go right back the way we came. Because that town storage has the parts we need. And go right back up. Alright. There's a nice turnaround in the drainage quest. Yeah, I could, but I'd still have to go back, so, like, backwards to do it, so we're just gonna go like this. And I don't have the steel beams. It should be easier for us to cross all this. We only had, like, the one really kind of mucky spot. All right. And that'll be another section of the map cleaned up. It wasn't metal bars I needed now. I thought I saw that you'd give me, parts. I mean, you have parts on you and a bunch of other crap. But I could have sworn I saw parts here. That was like the whole part of the strategy, because I need the parts for here. I mean, I can just grab this other trailer and do that. And then see what I need to go to solve other things. We can just do that. If this doesn't have the supplies I need. Alright. I'm gonna drop the trailer here for right now. Because we're gonna go grab that other trailer. That other trailer is unfortunately gonna be way more of an annoyance to move. But, that said, I don't want to go to the opposite side of the map to grab one more thing because I misread that I could get parts here or whatever it was. Where is this trailer? That right over there. Okay, what all supplies do you have on here? Because if it's got the two things of planks, that actually works out because I can drop off the one thing for the rock slide. Please install the appropriate saddle. Oh no. Come on. Be a pal. Don't make me drive the whole way back. Friendo pal friend. Alright, well that ruins that. I'm not sure what that last icon on the right is there. Now I can click here. Yeah, so that is just beams. And what is the missing machinery? Okay, the missing machinery is to literally bring it all the way from the factory over. That's fine. Alright, so where can I get my hands on some parts that I don't have to go as out of the way? Did I grab the Motel Woes? I did not. We have the wooden planks here. I could take the wooden planks over there to fix the bridge. I don't know how easy that is going to be, because that looks like a nightmare. But I think what we do is we go grab our trailer back. Okay, go grab her trailer back. We cut across here. Pop on down here. What trailer is that? What do you have on you? You already have wooden planks. That's fine. Oh, no, you don't. I actually don't need to grab my trailer, but I'm going to. So you're going to grab the wood from here. And we are just going to try to cross this. Because that looks like a nightmare, this looks like a nightmare, and that's missing a bridge. So it looks like no matter what the answer is, I'm crossing someplace tenuous. It's also possible we have to cross someplace like over here or something. Doesn't look good, it looks terrible. Same with that. I'm going to try here, though, and we're just going to see what happens, because I haven't explored over there yet. Alright, so let's go over there. Start getting it to happen. Okay. So worst thing is I'm pretty sure I delivered steel beams from pretty much the opposite side of the map from where I needed to. Expecting to be able to get parts, when I should have gotten parts from over where I got the steel beams, which would have been easier for me to move. So I just made it harder on myself for no reason at all. It's fine. The next question is, where's the gas station before we get too far? Is it... it's all the way down there. That would be the worst. We can reroute, go past the gas station. This won't be the best route for us to take in this vehicle, but now I know I'm gassed up so I don't have to worry about running out of gas while we're out and about. Alright. Now I don't have to turn to, like, make it disappear. Okay. And let's keep on moving. Keep on repairing stuff, keep on making progress. Looked like there was another contract here we haven't seen yet. Don't know what your woes are, don't care. I'll do it later. All right. Okay, and that mud looks terrible, and we're going right into it. This should be fine until they start putting weight on here, and then this will get rough again. Oh, I wasn't sure. I saw two routes. I wasn't sure which way it went. That's fine. This game's really fun with a Logitech steering wheel. Yeah, I can see, as much as I'm playing simulation games these days, I can definitely see getting a steering wheel at some point. The big thing is justifying the price more than anything. Content creation isn't exactly the most lucrative, so unless I can convince someone like Logitech to, you know, set me up, as it were, you know, it's a difficult sell. I'd like to, but the other thing is I have to, in a day that I'm going to use the steering wheel, I have to basically play just like games that are going to use the steering wheel, just because with the amount of desk space I have, I'm going to have to get a bunch of stuff out of the way so I can put the steering wheel up. And so if I do half the stream a game that needs a steering wheel and half that doesn't, it ends up becoming kind of a big hassle to, like, clear the desk, move everything, all that nonsense. Wooden planks, I need 2. Oh, and they had the symbol saying one of them had wooden planks, or I had 2. Hey, Papu. Watch the last 3 days, and you have just now secured your first truck and trailer. Nice. I hope you have fun with it. Alright, let's just change the way we're doing this. Wasn't expecting the mud to be this loose right here. I want this to move back, not the other way. Gotta be something I can hook to around here. I don't expect that to do much. Like, the fact that just instantly beached itself was like, man, what? Didn't look that soupy. Come on, let me switch to reverse. That's all I needed. Yeah, that spot on the side of the road there was like weirdly soupy. It's not a do that. Really? That's pretty annoying, actually. Alright. Oh, what time is it? Is 2 already home? Oh! I'm sorry. Alright, chat. Bear with me. I need to take about a 2-3 minute break. It's about time that my wife gets home and everything, and, you know, I need to get dinner and all that right. It's already cooking. All I have to do is, like, put it into bowls and all that. So I do apologize, but we've been going for a good couple of hours. And I need to take that quick... Oh, she's right here. Never mind. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, chat. Either way, I'm going to take about a 2-minute break real fast, and I'll be back here in a minute. But thank you again for tuning in. I'll be right back. What is that time span? But what would end up happening is, you know, you'd be a person who didn't really have a lot of prospects or opportunity where you were, and you could go someplace where there were prospects and opportunity. But what would happen is, for transportation and housing and lodging and everything else, you'd have to go to the company town, because the town, like the entire town, you'd have to. Why did I die?
A ticket has been submitted for medical assistance.
I don't know what happened. I got thrown forward and hit the, I was crushed. Eat a potato, eat a potato. Too late. And it is done. Jeremiah Weiner has finally passed at 1 year, 4 months, 12 hours, 135,120 zombies killed. At the end, we had managed to reach 8 fitness, 9 strength. Get out of my way, man. Yeah, you know, it'd be awfully... Alright, you know what? It's fine with me. Get out of the way, little car. Hey, I didn't get penalized for that one. You saw nothing. I definitely did not completely cut off and then sideswipe a car there. It's fine. The game didn't penalize me, so it didn't happen. So prisoner, begin converting them. So let's see. They're a tough child. And they want to be in the mines. Alright. That thematically fits this in a very uncomfortable sort of way. Could you not bang on that door? I would like you to keep... I want the door. Stop hitting the door. I want the door. Thank you. No. I'll just... Okay, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna declare a variable. We're gonna declare that variable of a type integer. And we're gonna set its value to input 1. Don't forget your semicolon. Whew, I almost didn't get that swing off. I don't know why we didn't see her approach us. That was spoopy. Not...
No,
is there not...
still bad. That was worse.
No. Why? I hate you, bookshelf. Alright. Nope, we have Gorfy redeemed the Coswing Twitch. Was there more books in this place? Because this is highly disappointing. Alright, let me go ahead and get the, I think it's assigned to read first aid. No, we need to burn these books. Perhaps not be a jerk about it. Okay, I got some. And that's why you hold shift when you hear the noise. Don't you do that. Whew. Well, I'm amped. Who's amped? Yeah, unfortunately you got beat up too, so... Is it just like because I had an expensive colony earlier? It's like, no, we're just going to keep this going. Just, no, never let up. Just keep it going. Ambrosia addiction, why not? Let's add it to the pile. Disease gutworms, okay. What is this? Oh, good. Ducks join. I actually would like the ducks. The ducks would be lovely. Rare Thrombo. We're going to leave those alone. They're going to eat all my plants. It's deeply upsetting. Ooh, fog. That's exactly what I wanted with my tropical storm helicopter. Fog. Excellent. This feels great. This is exactly what I want as we're going into nighttime and it's going to get super dark and I won't be able to see. This helicopter sucks. I'm glad we're not in a very high pop area because this is the kind of thing that would get you killed 100%. I guess I don't have a laceration? I am so confused. Unless I caused a laceration to the wool. What? Thank you for being quiet, Demon Dog. You're really messing with my mindset. And since there's two sides of that airlock, this shouldn't be really that bad. Well, we've lost. I thought we had depressurized it.
This event may be recorded for training and quality.
So that's the thing that confused me, is we depressurized it and was exposed to the entire opening. Well, and that brings the end of our hard space shipbreaker run. BP cables are everywhere.
I am so sorry, I have to leave. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's that. It's all good. Well, we're down. I mean, that's longer than I expected to make it. I did, like, get more involved. I don't want to be here. Okay, so I just want to welcome my wife home. Deal with like one or two quick things to make sure we get that figured out. And what do we have going on? The lumber trailer found. Can't figure out where the lumber on a trailer is supposed to be delivered. Missing context and all that. Okay, let's look. All right. How's her day? Her day was good. They had equipment at her place that she works wasn't working, so it made her day a little bit more complicated than normal. But it wasn't a bad day. That happens. I don't want to roll over. I want you to shimmy on over little by little. I just want that trailer connection point to be available to me. Because when I went over there, we got stuck. I can probably reach it now. Is it there? You found a trailer. It has wood on it. What am I supposed to do? Oh, if you find a trailer that already has stuff on it, that could be just supplies that you can use for other missions. Not every supply just laying around the map is already earmarked with someplace it's supposed to be. Alright, so we can go ahead and let's do that. Don't be in my way. Let's double check this before I commit to going around. Ah, okay, so I do need to turn this thing around here. I can go around this way. Should you store it in town storage? I don't even know if that's actually a thing that you could do. I honestly haven't tried. Alright, so let's here to that. And a big part of the game is experimenting, making mistakes, figuring it out. So I mean, by all means, like, try just doing stuff and see what happens. That's an instrumental part of the game. If you rob yourself of that, you're eventually just going to be like, what's, you know, either one, you're going to find a way to trivialize the game, which that's no fun when that happens. Alright, we just need to get up here. Okay, so we've got that. But, it is one of the things to experiment, just make mistakes, have stuff happen. Like, these are the kinds of games that if you, like, look up a guide or whatever, you're going to get pretty far in the game pretty fast and scratch your head and be like, well, I'm bored now. Or if you take the route of just, like, buying DLC to, like, shortcut yourself through stuff, that can be another thing that can end up being more of a negative than a positive, that you end up kind of getting bored. This is actually pretty good. I didn't expect it to be full of rocks like this, which is great. Yeah, no, the struggle is a core aspect. Oh, look, an upgrade we didn't know about. So there was another upgrade out here. A raised kit. Cool. So I think this doesn't look like it's thick mud here, but does look like it's thick mud on either side. Let's make sure I'm close enough to this so if the trailer gets stuck in the thick mud that I can at least tether to this. I don't think I'll need to. Okay. It's actually looking like this will be less awful than what I'm driving in right now. Alright, so we can drop the planks off here, and that'll give us a wooden bridge across. What I'm a little confused by is I've got two different markers here. I'm assuming the wood I need to take to the marker by the bridge, and I'm guessing maybe where I put my marker is actually a different quest I don't already have. I'm not getting any indicator of anything here. Maybe it's just warning me I have to be clear of this spot, and I actually need to take it to where the helmet is. I have the wood. So I've accepted the quest already. It's the wooden bridge. Maybe it's because I didn't have it tracking. Okay. I think it's just because it didn't have it tracking, it didn't. Alright. So we need drilling spare parts that we need to take to the factory. We have a stuck truck up here. We have a stuck truck over there. And the drilling parts are up. So you got one down here and then the other's up off the area. So what I'm going to probably do for right now is I'm probably going to ditch this trailer up here. We're going to go start retrieving the stuck trucks and all that. You need what, Rock Slide? Metal beams and service parts. I can get the metal beams here. But the service parts, I gotta find them elsewhere. Alright. So let's plan for the stuck trailer. Start tracking that. Off-road truck recommended. Okay, let's try and turn ourselves around, get back onto the road, and get over there. Yep, no, it had, can't remember, it had, like, planks and a couple other things. Probably can't cross here. Okay. There's a good chance we're just gonna get swamped out here. It looks like this is literally just a deep water crossing where it's gotten washed away. But I intend to find out. I also want to go this way in case we have, like, another part, like another upgrade or something around here, because we are going through part of the map that the watchtowers didn't give us visual of. That looks like a drowning vehicle. We're gonna do it anyways, though. So far we're alright. Looks like we might be fine. Okay, that's fine. The downside is we don't have as much gas as I'd like, but I have to backtrack a ways to find it. Okay, so this is not looking a whole lot better over here either. Washes the mud off? Well, I want the mud. It lets people know that I'm actually working. Without the mud, what evidence do I have? It's like having a clean tractor. Have you ever actually used that thing? You finished bridge and stuff? No one cares about that. See, people don't care about the work you actually get you done. Just the appearance that work is getting done. It's like the boss who hovers over you and sees you clickety-clacking on the keyboard. It doesn't matter that you delivered 20 widgets last week. All they care is they see the clickety-clacks. Even if you never deliver anything, that seems more like work getting done than actually finishing work. I'm actually being very sarcastic about this, but it also, in a lot of ways, is true in how a lot of bosses can be. I used to actually have a boss who, if you were sitting there like scratching your chin kind of thing and not typing, as a software developer, would just assume you're not doing your job. And they'd be like, what am I paying you to do? Sit around? It's like, look, man, I gotta figure out what the heck I'm doing before I start committing to doing it. You want me to get it right. You don't want me to get a bunch of junk just dumped out there. Alright, so I definitely feel like we go to the island on the right. It looks like there might be a sandbar. Well, actually, I might have two routes I could take. Take the sandbar across the water, or I might be able to hug this edge. I think either will work. Let's go this way, because I don't really know how deep the mud is at that sandbar. It could be that we go in the sandbar and we just go plop. Versus going over here might be more reasonable. I also have more trees and stuff to anchor to on this side. So if I attach to you, actually I can just drive out here. Like, we're not even sinking it, I can just drive out here. Just accept the quest. You don't need to go far, just enough to accept it. Oh, we already have. Okay. So with this, let's reverse direction. Because that mud over there, we're going to sink into. Trying to get close enough that I can winch over to that. Because now I can just keep dragging out of the muck. And we can just pull it right out. Alright. And I'm more than likely, don't you tip. Hey, True Tiny, how's it going? There we go. Alright, so it didn't go quite as smoothly this time, but that's alright. It does look like there's a route of that along the tree line I might have been able to use as well. Okay. Oh, I see. There's a big old rock in the middle of the mud. That's why I was getting a lot more difficulty this time. Alright. Don't forget to help out? Yeah, sorry, I'm looking to learn this game myself. I'm fairly new to it. So I am not currently playing multiplayer. Nice, it's gonna fall over. We'll do this trick. We'll get ourselves out of the gross. Put ourselves kind of along this rock so there's nowhere for me to go. Why are you being this way? Right there. You sure that I can connect? Come on. Guess we'll have people unstuck him. Yeah, no, that's fine. But for me, I do want the struggle. So while I appreciate the offer, it's just, you know, I'd rather play on my own. Learn it as we go. Alright, so the hill should be working for me, not against me now. So you just keep on pulling. We just gotta be careful that this thing doesn't roll is the only big problem. Alright. And we got it pulled out of the worst part. Now I just need to get it up here real fast. And then we just need to get it home. Yeah, no, that is the thing. But you have different communities that are operated in different ways. But yeah, generally, most of the time, it's not that new viewers can't join games. Most of the time, content creators are going to stick with people who are regulars in their channels, that kind of things. And that's mostly because there is a certain amount of risk you take anytime you have someone randomly join your game. Not only, like, in them messing with stuff in the game, like potentially ruin your experience, like trolling kind of things. But you never know when someone's gonna sit there and just start dropping, like, you know, racist slurs, that kind of nonsense. So you gotta be careful about it and all that. Which, that's not me commenting that, saying that you do that, but that's the reason you'll usually have people who won't just randomly take people popping in. There's exceptions. Some games, the opportunity for trolling and that is very minimal, that people tend to be a lot more flexible about. But it is a thing that as a content creator, I have a requirement by terms of service that I'm required to, you know, enforce terms of service in my community and channels and all that. And so that's just part of it. Alright. So I've got that connected. Okay, so where the heck am I taking you? Down here? That's the place. So we'll go around here. The rock slide is not cleared. So what's going to end up happening here is going to take this to the rock slide, and then that's where this is going to get dropped off. Because I don't have the means of getting it where it needs to go. But that's fine. We drop it off by the rock slide. I can pop back to where I need to go, grab the service parts and all that I need, run them over to clear out the rock slide. And then this wagon will already be like halfway where it needs to go. Because trying to go around through all the water, it's just going to get stuck. It's going to be a waste of our time. Versus I could just knock out another quest in the meantime and get 2 for 1. Well, not 2 for 1. Yeah, no, it's the unfortunate reality of this. Alright, so we got some deeper mud right here. Let's try and stay up on this little ridge here. Oh, we've already dropped off metal beams here before. Okay. That's already half done. I didn't realize that. That's fine. Either way, the unfortunate reality is that's got to stay here. We're going to recover this. Leave the garage here. Actually, that's fine. So I know I can get service parts up here. I think that's the only place nearby I can get it. Let's switch our quest to Rock Slide. Oh. Well, we're already over here now, so I'm not going to worry about the fact that it was right there the whole time. But I mean, that's on the giant flatbed. It's got a whole bunch of other junk on it that I don't really know we're going to need. But I should be able to just grab a thing of parts there. Where's my nearest trailer? That's going to actually be a thing I have to worry about, isn't it? So I can go to the side trailer over there. Yeah, because there's not another trailer over here, is it? You also give service parts for even more out of the way. Now I have the drill spare parts to go to the factory. But yeah, I do have the bridge here now. So I think what we're going to end up doing is we'll go across here. Grab our trailer. Drop back here and just cut across there. To grab that. And honestly, at that point, I don't think we go back across here. So that's got water there. So I do think it is those things that we go back this way. Put that back. Then we could also stop by, grab our gas, get to the main road. Just zip right on through to the rock slide. How am I doing for time, by the way? I'm doing alright. What I will do is I will advance a day so I don't have to drive around in the dark. Yeah, because then we can grab our parts, we can get to there, clear the rock side, bring the trailer back, knock out 2 more quests, missions, whatever you want to. We got multiple gas points along the way, so I don't really need to worry about my fuel efficiency. All right. At the rate we're going through these, I imagine we're gonna probably, not super long, we're gonna probably clear out this map. Like, I know we still have a bunch of objectives, and when I say this map, I'm talking about just this segment of this map, not all of Michigan or whatever. Because we're going pretty fast. I got a bunch of the things where I need timber up to the north, and I haven't seen a good place to get a lot of it. So I suspect we're gonna start doing the thing where you go back and forth through the tunnel for objectives. All right. That's a solid hit. And then our trailer should be right here. All right. Yeah, because that route takes you through the water. That's the reason we're dropping back. Okay, well, best luck backing this out. Don't care. As far as I'm aware, the trailers don't have life. I can work with this. Go here, attach the trailer, sneak on by real fast. Just beat up our engine more and more, it helps. Just toughening up our engine, that's how that works, right? Considering our dominance over the machine, pretty much. Okay, so we can backtrack over here, cut across to the warehouse, get our parts. And then we can beeline over to the rock slide, and we just drop those off. We don't need anything. Percussive maintenance. Yep. Alright. And we've really mucked up the road here already, and we're gonna make it worse before we make it better. Okay. The good news is it does seem like it's going okay just pulling the empty one. When I go and load up with parts, there's a real good chance I'll have to do some winch shenanigans to bring it back over this road. Considering this entire road now is more mud than anything. We've just dug trenches through it from all the passes we've gone. Alright. We'll just do this. Get ourselves out of the little... Oh, it's a rock was underneath us. It's those two rocks that we got underneath us is the problem. Didn't see them in the brush. Alright, got ourselves all reattached and get back going. Alright. If everything goes well, we'll be able to get around here, grab the service parts. We'll just go right back the way we came through this mound yet again. Turn it even more into soup than it already is. We don't really have a good alternate route we can take. All right. Okay. There we go. I think it's just getting caught up on things, like falling chunks of tree and whatever. I suspect I need a crane or something else to pick those up. Because I know there is a bunch of those parts I need to take to the factory up north. That's one of our quests, but I think it said I need to have a crane on my truck to do it. We can figure that out when we get there, though. Alright, with that, it's time to turn back around and go right back the way we came. Alright. Even the side of the road's getting so chewed up, it's not really that good for me to cross anymore. We have just dug it all up. Really tested the trailer ball joint? Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta stress test it, right? Oh, I remember why we didn't go after the other trailer. The reason we didn't go after the other trailer was I didn't have the right connection on here. I needed the, not this one, the one that's farther back. That's right. Yeah, low saddle. That's right, because we went to grab it first, we're like, oh man, it's got everything we need on it. But then it just didn't have a low saddle. I was going to use that tree in front of me on the right to help me up the hill, but Fastwitch didn't want to use it. It's fine. Don't really need it. All right. And then when we get to the other side, we'll want to gas up. Then we should have fairly clean sailing once we get across this hill to the other side. It definitely feels like there's one or two paths you have to take that aren't particularly great traversing. Otherwise, it's mostly okay, with the exception of, you know, one-off objectives where they'll have, like, the beginning or the end of the objective will be a really soupy space. A lot of times it's at the beginning, too, like when you go to recover the trucks. But most of the ones are at the middle, it's like this one where I'm taking stuff from the warehouse and I only got like 2 paths that are worth even considering. We pretty much learned how to deal with them now. Alright. There's one really soupy spot we gotta pull ourselves across. Once we're across, we'll be fine. Okay. Then we just get over this hill, and then it gets one last rough spot right where the water is. Which all I do is if it gets bad enough, we just drop the trailer, go across, and then winch the trailer to us. It seems to be if I mostly ride the shoulder, it's only the last little dip here at the end is the only tough spot for the trailer. Because it's kind of, no matter what I do, I gotta drive into the soup here. There's no really getting around it. I mean, this time it's going alright. Not have to do anything special. I mean, you only have the one thing of service parts versus the steel beams, so it's probably just lighter. Is there a way to fix the main roads or bridges to use them more? I mean, we are using the main roads. It's just I have to get from that to the main road. We're on the main road now here, and it'll be pretty clear sailing for the most part from A to B. It's just a lot of these places that are kind of back on dirt roads and that are the ones that, you know, I get certain supplies from that unfortunately they're back on dirt roads and everything, and there's just not a main road that goes to them. Or it'll have like a main road that's a spot that's just destroyed that you can't do anything about. It's just like flooded. Yeah, so like this is a main road right now we're on. That we repaired the bridges and whatnot. It's just stuff like that mountain overpass is just what it is. Alright. And we've gassed up and back on our way. But yeah, no, you repair the infrastructure a little. It never gets to the point where the roads aren't full of problems. But I think that's also reasonable for what the game is. Like, they're very genuinely, the whole area is like flooded out and everything. So all the dirt roads are just murky and awful. That to actually fix them in real life would be, you know, cleaning up and paving the roads properly, which, you know, is a multiple probably year infrastructure program. Not just you rolling around and dropping off a pallet of concrete or whatever. Okay. Hey, we took a hit to our suspension. I think that's the first damage we've had to our vehicle that wasn't the engine. Like right here, this spot of the road, that telephone line used to be down across it, so I couldn't use it. So I had to repair the you know, electrical tower or whatever. Part of it, just the way the steering works and that, it's a little floaty compared to a lot of other games. Not in a bad way, but it's just different. So it makes it really hard to kind of figure out what you need to do with the steering. That you'll kind of like turn too far this way and you'll like keep snaking back and forth kind of thing. Like, I wouldn't even say it's like necessarily bad, it's like really hard to kind of center things out. Yeah, so we crossed like 2 bridges where the telephone pole was knocked down. That's actually literally what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to clear up some more of the main road. We're taking these parts so there's a rock slide we can clear. So that more of the main road is clear for us to just use in the future. Yeah, mostly the reason I don't want to do first person is especially with... I have a number of people, you know, who view my channel that, like, motion sickness, simulation sickness is a problem. That when you're in first-person games like this, it just kind of jars the whole time and bangs around. That it can be really rough for a lot of people. By all means, I'm glad it's available for those who want it. I personally don't want to deal with it. I find it obnoxious more than a motion sickness concern of just watching everything bounce constantly. Even if it is realistic for off-roading. Especially the scout. Yeah, the scout's got some bounce. I have observed that. I really like the scout. For exploring, that's my favorite vehicle so far. But it do bounce. Alright. Sorry, I was quickly checking the time. I do switch about halfway through stream. We've got a bit shy of an hour till then. But just want to confirm that. Like where we're at with all that. Alright, so we got a little bit of a soupy spot here we got to deal with. That was a little rough the last time, but that was with this, you know, a lot more weight. Yeah, it's right here is the really muck spot. So where we had that one spot over the hills that was tough, then this is the second spot. I think we're pretty okay though. I think I probably will just have to like winch the trailer forward once we get kind of really caught up in this. Maybe not even. No, it looks like we're just gonna go right through. Oh, you're just saying from the driver's seat, the scout just hood sky, hood sky, hood sky. Yeah, I believe it. That's also reasonably realistic for what you'd be in a vehicle bouncing quite that much. All right, now the rock slide's all clear. Okay, so we've got the rock slide all cleared, and if I remember correctly, we have the trailer that we're missing is right here. So let's just scooch here for just a moment, get this out of the way. So detach that trailer. So this wasn't a place I could cross before, but now we can. And we can get to the other side, as you can see from the trailer I left here, but it's very inconvenient to do so. But that's why I left the trailer here, was the alternative route to take the trailer was pretty unreasonable. And you can just take this right over here, drop it off. And I need to find and deliver 4 drilling spare parts to the factory. Which makes me curious because it shows them up in the hills right by the factory again. So you're not the one who wants the trailer. The trailer's down this way, right? Stuck trailer? Alright, we need to switch, that's right. Stuck trailer, start, okay. So just down the road. So we gotta go through the mucky spot again. Which makes sense. They always make you go through like a hard spot or relatively hard spot for most of these. Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, it puts on the map, there's like a bunch of cliffs, I think. I didn't check the vehicle it's recommending or anything yet. I'll worry about that when I'm ready to actually tackle it. Okay. A beautiful lake for fishing over there. Yup. Alright, we just gotta drop this off. It's that parking lot directly in front of us. And that'll be another thing knocked off. SnowRunner fishing mini game. To access it though, you gotta get your big boat. Imagine it to get it across the map without destroying it, and then back it into the water. And you gotta make sure you take it back when you're done. Alright, let's drop you off. We've been promoted. Yay! Alright, so we have a couple different ones. We have drainage. Okay, so I get this. We're taking vehicles into like the really, really soupy areas. So just basically get to those. So with that, what we'll want to do is take this vehicle and return to the garage. And we're gonna change our vehicles. Any customizations we could do that we want to do. We've got more tires and all that I gotta buy. Got a better winch. We haven't got the snorkel unlocked, it's fine. Alright, so first contestant. Let's try going up for this one. So we'll go up, over. Don't know which way is the way to go, but we're just trying to get over there. We'll see how that goes. Because I'm low-key hoping by doing the pump, it'll actually move some of the water. Like, there'll be, not necessarily clear the map or anything like that, obviously that'd be too much. But like, we might have one or two of the more tenuous places that the water level will go just down a little bit. Sorry about that. Alright. I think pretty soon what I'm going to end up doing is fast-forwarding time to not be nighttime again. Alright. Okay. We'll get there. All right. Dropping into lurk. I see a funny car. How's it going? It's going good. Using our four-wheeler to just try and... Not four-wheeler. Using our Jeep to just try and rush through here to see if we can't get this pump before we go to the next place. Not there, please. That's how we roll. Yes, definitely looks like this route is extra swampy. Which I think is the idea, is this is a whole like off-roading setup. You're not supposed to take anything but like the best vehicles for just getting across terrain. Because I just need to reach the objective. I don't think I have to do anything to it, just get there. I am curious with how much it's in the water, though, if this will be something that either snorkel is required or extremely difficult to navigate without, but we won't know until we get there, so let's get there. Side of Mountain Swampy, yep. Now, I made that comment before that there's some of the places you see where, like, the mud is, like, really bad, and you're like, but why would it be here? It's not like an area that the water would go to. It's fine. It's a video game. It doesn't have to obey all the rules. Alright. Oh, but the combo is absolutely terrifying? Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Okay. So, we're basically near our destination. I gotta get out. Look, I better not have to retrieve that tractor. Or truck. Okay. I can't really see where there isn't and isn't shallow water. I do think I go straight forward for this. Alright. And I could easily go across to where I've got my marker over there. Just cut across here. We can face that tree. We can get that to work. That'll work, actually. I didn't realize it's over there, but that'll work as well. Just need a little bit of pull from there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. Oh, there's a drowned truck here as well. Okay, well, I'm gonna actually use that drowned truck here for just a moment. You stay there, truck. Don't roll. I knew I was gonna do that when we did. We're right here too. The downside is I can't recover once we're done that. It won't start. Okay, so I've got that truck up there. I cannot think of any of my other vehicles that could reasonably get out there. Let's actually equip the SnowRunner setup on here just because I have it. I've been ignoring it. Yes, that was fine, that route we took. It didn't actually even take us that long to get around it. Like, not till we got to the actual hard part. Yes, the interesting thing is there is a truck sunk right there as well. And I'm pretty sure this thing isn't going to fare well trying to recover the truck. Oh, here, let's fast forward time again. Like, this isn't going to recover the truck very well, but if I get there and I can accept the quest, I'm curious if this one is once I'm going to have to fight with it with the little car to get it close enough that I can get it somewhere one of my other trucks can, because I feel like my big heavy truck, unless we get upgrades, isn't going to do well. It's just going to sink into that mud and that'll be the end of it. Whereas this can actually get around. Alright. That's fine, I don't need that engine. And we'll be out here in a moment. I've just really mucked up the way around the side of this road. You're right there. You're just about to climb out. I fix this by... There we go. I just need to get out of the rut. It's fine. I don't know how we damaged our engine banging the top of our car in the pool, but you know. They might keep the engine in a very unusual place in this car, that's all. They put above the driver's seat. It's fine. That's why it's so top heavy. Okay, so the pump is the higher priority. The truck would be nice to do something. Let's try and get to the pump. If I can get to the pump, we can try and drag the truck as far as we can. I don't think we'll have the gas or the horsepower on this one to really fully extricate it. But if I can, you know, shift it to not being quite so deep in the swamp, that'll make it much easier when I go take a proper heavy truck to go after it. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So you can worry about then. There we had one spot here, right? Fine. Yeah, got stuck in the mud right here at the beginning. Alright, we're good. Go over here again. Keep pulling, keep pulling. All right. Try to go a little bit of a different route this time. I'm noticing the water's got a deep spot right here. Come on, keep pulling. Just need to be out of the water just enough to get a little bit of purchase. Oh, come on. I didn't have nearly as much difficulty the last time. I knew that was gonna happen the moment I attached it and went for it. The truck looked thrashed. Wonder if you're gonna be able to get it to run. Oh wait, we're not sunk. Okay, I thought we were done there, but I guess not. I want that tree. Last time... Oh, hey. Let's be cool. Let's be cool. You don't need to do this. There we go. Oh, I can just drive up here. Cool. I was sitting there fighting my way across the going like, man, there's nowhere I can actually get this thing on its wheels and doing stuff. Apparently I can just drive on this end. We can get to that truck. Where I can at least... grapple to it. That'll be enough. We are fast, hurting our gas though. It's not even close. I just need to get enough forward that I can hit any winch point on it. Well, that's not what you want. Unfortunately, we're not going to roll over that time. So I think the mistake I made in this one is I went around this way as opposed to that way. I think that way lets me actually get to the tree, because we got to this point and then, you know, I rolled trying to get across to the truck. It doesn't matter, we were running out of gas fast. I'm not as impressed with the SnowRunner suspension, or gearbox. How am I doing on time, by the way? Alright, so I think is going to end up happening here is we are going to be going and hitting the point where we're going to be switching off SnowRunner. I do have where my stream, I do half of the stream one game, half the stream another game. And we are hitting about that middle point where I'll make the switch. So for all of you over on YouTube and TikTok, the stream is going to end for all of you, and then I will be bringing it back up in a couple of minutes. That's just because those platforms don't allow me to change categories mid-stream, so it's a technical limitation on their part. Don't get mad at me, get mad at them. So see you all in a few minutes. But for all of us over in here on Twitch, where they actually take live streaming